Topical clustering, how to do keyword cluster SEO. So in this video, topical clustering, how you can start doing keyword cluster SEO. My name is Chris Palmer and I do not want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into today's video and exactly what we will be going through. First and foremost is I'd like to go ahead, because I'm a visual learner, perhaps you are too, I will lay out in a small diagram, I'll draw it out and explain exactly how you can start doing topical and keyword clustering. Once that's done, I'll give you a free tool you could share. I'm not promoting it. It's just a free tool that I found. It works really good. It's complimentary. It's pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and share that with you. So I don't want to waste too much time here. Let's go ahead and walk through this. It's a late night stream, so I want to go ahead and get this out. I thought it would be very, very helpful. I was asked numerous times. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the example that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share with you the example for topical clustering or keyword clustering utilizing a SEO related term. And what I will go ahead and make the top level page, all right? I've went ahead and I was reading some posts online. People were calling it pillar pages, top level category pages. It could be top of the silo page. You could go ahead and coin your own name too if you'd really like, okay? But what I'm going to say is it's a top level category page. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and name this top level category page. All right. We're going to name this SEO tools. So our top level page or our pillar page or whatever you'd like to call it, this is SEO tools. All right. So the very first thing is SEO tools. Now, when we're thinking about SEO tools, you have to think, because we're clustering things into groups, we want it to make sense, right? Semantically make sense. And the reason why we want to go ahead and keyword our topics or our ideas is going to be so not only are we going to be more topically relevant, but we'll also build our topical authority on a specific topic. And that's why we're doing this. We want to make it easier to be crawled and seen. And on top of that, make it easier for a user to find our content. And of course, it just makes us seem as though we're more of an authority. We have a more well-rounded website. And that's the objective here, all right? We want to cover all the small topics. And of course, this works very, very well as you get a larger website with more authority, with more pages, all surrounding one idea or one topic, and then you break it down. But again, back to the topic here, SEO tools. Top level page, top level category page, or you can go ahead and call it your pillar page. Next, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and draw this in, let's see if I can get this cool color here. What we're going to do is we're going to say that the very next page in our structure, and I'll also draw what I'll also do is I'll draw it out in a URL string to make it make even more sense for you, all right? So the next in the order, all right, in the subdirectory page is going to be, let's think of the next idea. So if it's SEO tools, what would logically make sense, all right, if we were clustering keywords or topics? Well, I would start naming some of these tools. So let's say SEO tools, what we're going to do is GSA, all right? We could do, I don't know, SE Nuke. Okay. So SE Nuke, GSA, and there's tons of them. This is just what pops in my head. Scrapebox. All right. And I know there's so many. All right. GSA, SE Nuke, Scrapebox. This could even be backlink tools. All right. But we'll stick with SEO tools to make it easy. All right. So we have GSA, SE Nuke, Scrapebox. Let's say Money Robot. All right. So we have GSA, SE Nuke, Scrapebox, and Money Robot. Now, let's move into the next idea, okay? Now, this would maybe come off of here, okay? Now, let's start doing this. Let's say that it would be what SEO tool is best for link building? All right, so that could be that. Is there a way to stretch this out? I feel like there should be. Oh, I got to do it this way? Okay. So what tool is best for link building? All right. Now, another one potentially could be, why use SEO tools for keyword research? Okay. And again, I just want to be able to give you some ideas on how you can do this. And again, of course, I'll give you a tool that you can use to make your life a little bit easier when clustering not only topics, but also your keywords. And I'll go ahead and give you another example. And generally, when we are building out silos or topical clusters or keyword clusters, all these names are making me crazy. What we tend to do is 3 to 5. All right, so 3 to 5 pages. So if we have a main top level category page and say we're going to break it down and we're going to build supporting pieces of content, generally it's going to be 3 to 5. All right, this particular example is actually a lot deeper than we would usually go on, say, a local site. But if you're going to be doing this, I would venture to guess that you're going to be building out a relatively large authority type website, right? So if you're a local plumber only in one city, is this going to make the most sense? Perhaps not, but you could build a lot of authority if you were to do this. All right, so let's go ahead and build this out. We'll give one more example. How about what are the most common SEO tools? All right, so there's another one for us. All right, so what are the most common SEO tools? And remember, this is off of here. All right. Now, you could keep coming up with other ideas for this secondary page, but this is going to be topic clustering, topics, okay, keyword clustering, all right? Now, let's go ahead and give you the process on how you can utilize a tool, a free tool, in order to go ahead and do this. So for the example, what I'm going to do is I just went out, found a free tool. Very easy. I tried 3 different tools. This is the one that was easy to use and free. There, of course, is a paid option. I'm not sponsored by any of these guys, all right? But Keyword Cupid is definitely probably one of the better tools for keyword clustering. Next in line as a paid tool is probably going to be maybe a SERP stat, perhaps this SEO Scout. I think they have a upgraded version. There's tons of them out there. You can try a bunch out for yourself, but for a free option, I will go ahead and share this with you. Okay, so what I'll give you for the free option, and of course, before you head over here, check out SEOmastermind.org. Got 2 different masterminds, 3, another one coming, consulting, services, courses, free stuff. Check us out at SEOmastermind.org. Now, let's go ahead and do this tool. In order to utilize this tool to the best of its ability, all right? And the one that I'm going to share with you is SEO Scout. And again, I've tried 2 or 3 of them, I feel. I also had a script that I was playing with. I tried quite a few of them. This one's easy to use. It's really cool. And the best part, it's free. So here's how you use it. So if you check this out, it's SEO Scout tools /keywords grouping, all right? This one works pretty good. They're all very, 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 very similar, all right? Some are a lot more advanced, but the ones that are more advanced, of course, they want a lot more money than free, all right? So here's what I do, all right? So generally for us, I can pretty much, I'm able to go ahead and generate these by eye, but if you need a little bit more extra help or a little bit extra help, let's go ahead and use the example still in the SEO space. And I've already done the works to speed this up, but let's say it's local SEO. So I do a search, that's the primary category, all right, for local SEO. So I go ahead and I put this inside of SEMrush. You could use, of course, if you would like, a free SEO tool. Maybe a good option could be Wordsy. I mean, there's tons of them out there, all right? There's a plethora of free SEO tools that do keyword research. I really like SEMrush or Ahrefs for these types of activities, but it's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. So you put in local SEO, and this is inside of the Keyword Magic tool. All right. So I went to the Keyword Magic tool inside of SEMrush, and I typed in local SEO. Once I went ahead and I sorted or I searched for local SEO, what I wanted to do was broad matching questions. Okay, so broad match and questions. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to pull these out and I'm going to export them. All right, so step number 1 is going to be export. All right, now I'm doing questions. So questions are going to be really good for the 3rd level when filling out your main topics. Okay, but if you wanted to just get primary topics first, maybe you would just go all, okay, and then broad. All right, but what I wanted to do is I have local SEO. I already know I wanted to do the tools, or I already have my next step. But what about filling out the rest of the content, the filler content, right? Filling out the rest of the keyword cluster, okay? And that's what I get the most questions about. So let's say you have the top 2, but what do I write next? And you need a little bit of help. Well, here's what you do. I put in local SEO. I put in questions here, okay? And then it's going to give me a list. What I'll go ahead and do is click this button right here, click all, and then you'll go ahead and export this entire list. Now, again, I've already done this, as you can see here. Here it is, local SEO. And what I will do is open this up. Here's my list. I will right click with this entire column, hit copy, bring it over here to SEO Scout or any tool of your choice. You can choose whatever you want. Inside of here, the primary keyword is local SEO, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that out, and I'm just going to put the list in. All right, Control V, and watch what it does. And with these free or complimentary tools, of course, you will have to use your best judgment and what makes sense to you. But of course, this will do some grouping and make your life a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. So as you can see here, like, this is why SEO is important. So this would be your top level category page or main topic. And then it went ahead and clustered the topics. Local SEO. So what is local SEO? How to do local SEO? How to change your address online for local SEO? Some of them make sense. Some of them don't. I'm sure there's probably not even volume on some of these. I think it started at 390 and worked its way down. I just want to go ahead and share with you a way that you can cluster your topics and, of course, cluster your keywords. All right. It's completely free. It's very easy. Here's SEO results, how to improve your local SEO results. How can I improve my local SEO results? How long does it take to see local SEO results? Here's here's local SEO results. This is SEO results. Business local. Why your business needs local SEO, right? You get the point, all right? So this is SEO Scout's version. There are multiple other tools out there. If you take a look, I'll go ahead and share this one with you. If you use Python, free keyword, let me think to myself, grouping script, how about free topical clustering script. I want to say his name is Charlie. Okay, give me 1 second. I've also, yep, here it is. Charlie, I'm not promoting this tool. It's completely free. You can check it out or don't check it out. It's up to you, but it's a cool find, right? And this is one of the ones that I have on my other PC. And this right here, introducing the keyword clustering app, it's completely free. Check this out. This one works very, very well. It's just a script that was made by some gentleman. You can go ahead and read about it on this page here. But this tool here, or this script here, it's completely free, and it does a little bit of a better job. Now, I've also seen some clustering tools out there. Again, there's paid options, but I've seen those go anywhere between $40 a month all the way up to $200. You know, that's a little bit out of my range, right? But SERPstat does a good job. That's on GroupBuy. I mean, there's tons of them, right? It's completely up to you. In any case, this is going to be it for topical clustering, how to do keyword clustering. Again, if we come back to our main idea here, really maybe this would actually be, now that I think about it, to be a little bit more on topic, it would probably be like this. Okay, all right. And then this, then this. All right, give me my pen. I need to have it. All right, and this would probably come over to here. Top level page or pillar page. let's go ahead and do this. So it'd be like website.com / backlink tools GSA. What? You get the picture here. Now, on this top level category page, if you clicked on GSA, all right, you could do it this way. I was just literally inside the mastermind. I was just on a website. He was getting 1.6 million visitors a month. It actually fell. It was doing about 5 million a month. And he literally was doing clustering. He was doing silos, right? Mini silos. But what he was doing was like this. So he had his www.website.com / let's say that he had his SEO tools page. Okay. But when you're on your SEO tools page, all of these things here would be listed. So say he went to the GSA, and it might still do this, but when you clicked on these blog articles or on these blog articles, you could call them whatever you would like, pieces of content. I've been hearing all different types of names today. It's kind of fun. But in any case, when you were to click on that, it would actually take you to a flat structure for the blog articles. And he was able to rank his blog articles doing this, but it still followed suit, or it still followed structure. It's really cool. But in any case, my name is Chris Palmer. If you have any other questions related to topical clustering, keyword clustering, how to do keyword research, SEO, digital marketing, really anything at all, never hesitate. Always feel free. Go ahead and ask any questions that you might have about this topic or any other topic. And I always look forward to seeing you in the next topical clustering, how to do keyword clustering video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Do you have any questions while we're here together? Thumbs up to you. Brofester. Hey, Brofester. I like that name, man. That's pretty cool. Professor Mex and Raka. Hey to you. Professor. Dude, I feel like there was a, you know when you remember things from when you were a kid? Like, I feel like, there was like a cartoon. It was like one of those blip ones where it was on for like a month and you're like, oh man, this is really cool. Like there used to be, like, for instance, here's one of those blip cartoons. I know we'll get back to SEO in a second, but it was called Mr. Bogus. Mr. Bogus. Do you remember this? Here he is right here. Mr. Bogus. Dude, it felt like it was on for like a month. I remember this though from a little boy. It's funny, man. Anyway, back to business. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please don't overcomplicate your lives. A really, really good one too. There's some of those tools out there that are using NLP, and instead of scraping the search results in order to cluster keywords, what they're doing is they're using, I think it's called like M-NLP, but I could be completely wrong, but they're using a machine learning algorithm instead of scraping the first 10 results or first 100 results. So that's pretty interesting. I was playing around with that tool. I thought it was pretty cool. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. I think it's like keywordgroup.ai or something, but don't hold me to that. All right. How to outrank high authority sites. That's a brilliant question. We're going to do that in 2 seconds. I'll come back to you. What aspect of SEO would you say is more difficult, especially for a new SEO person? What aspect of SEO is, would I say, is the most difficult, especially for a new SEO person? Patience. Understanding that the things that you do today, you're not going to get that fruit for 30 to 180 days. So understanding that SEO is long game, right? Once you master patience in SEO or in everything else, once you can see a year, 2 years, 3 years ahead and stick to that script, that is the thing with SEO. It's so, and life, to be honest with you, right? But you probably already know that. But the next one here is entity SEO, how to implement in affiliate sites. But let's go back to your first question. Salane Hadir. Hey, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but I like that first question. Which, what aspect, no, how to outrank high authority sites. When we're talking about SEO or how to outrank outrank a high performing website, the secret's hiding in plain sight, right? So if we know that Google's a closed system and they're showing us winners, then SEO really comes down to two things. The content that's on the page, because Google ranks pages, and then what is the external signals that are coming in. Then analyzing the top performers, that means top 3, top 5 websites, and figuring out, hey, what are these people doing here in this SERP that I should be doing? So I know that that's a super broad question, but what are their word counts, right? Do they have a video? Do they use a form? How many bolds do they have, right? You know, like how many A tags do they have on the page? So I think analyzing each of the small elements on page first, and then analyzing the off-page signals, that's the best way to maybe outrank or at least start getting into the ball game. All right, so that's a very broad question, but I wanted to touch on it. The next one is from M. Is it possible to rank for different keywords in Google My Business, house construction, and house plumbing? Is it possible? Sure. I do not feel that it's going to be the best option. And here's an example in what I mean by this. You know, say you have a website that is www. Let's put a geomodifier on there, houseconstructionhouston.com. And now let's take that website and put it up against www.houseconstructionandplumbing.com. Who would rank better for construction? Right? Of course, who's going to rank better for construction is going to be houseconstructionhouston.com, right? Not houseconstructionhoustonandplumbing.com. You see what I mean? So generally, that's a big one of this entire video, is staying on focus around staying topically relevant. That's it. You want to stay topically relevant, and you want to keep building down your content until you totally cover all of the keywords. You've answered all the questions, all of the who, what, when, why, where's, and how's, right? For each of the keywords that are on your site that have to do with one singular idea. So your singular idea that you're asking here is construction, right? More notably, it's house construction. You know, so anything that is about that. So could plumbing be in that? Sure. But if you were competing against a site that was only about plumbing and plumbers, it's going to be hard to win. All right. Not saying it's not possible. Of course it's possible. All right. So here it is. If you're a full service company, well, you could be a full service company, and I've talked to multiple businesses, but sometimes you have to make a decision on what you want to put in the forefront, or you need to just know that it's going to take you a lot longer than the other people around you that are only targeting one specific type of thing. All right. So if you're going out there and you're saying, hey, I do 15 different services, better yet, let's say you do 20 different services in 50 different places. Like, you just have to know that building that type of authority is going to take a very long time. Like, that could be, dude, that might be a year of work. So just being realistic. So what I would highly recommend is, if there's something that is more profitable, or there's something that's going to be, you know, something that's going to really carry you, I would start with that kind of stuff first. Keep all of that, like, say you do all these different services and all these different categories, try to keep as much of that stuff off the homepage as you can. Like, yeah, you're going to have your header and your footer links, but try to make that homepage branded. The last thing that you want to start doing is running into, hey, I'm competing with myself, my homepage is out beating everything. You know, like, try to keep things focused, my friend. Make your individual silos. So if you said like that, this comes up a lot. If you're out there, right, brother? If you're out there, here, let's Like one of the ways that you can combat this, or one of the ways you can tackle it, is if you have your website, right? So you have your homepage, all right? And then let's just say, for instance, that you're doing plumber, okay? So you're doing your plumber, and then you're also doing windows, okay? Because you're a full service company. So if you're doing plumbers, like you can do toilet, right? And my spelling might be bad, but I just want to do something. Leaky pipes, okay? And then maybe you have leaky pipes, toilet, furnace, bust. I don't know what a plumber does, but let's just say that. What I'm getting at here is each one of your silos, or your topic clusters, or your keyword clusters, like each of these silos, if this is the top level category page and everything underneath it is this is for toilet, this is toilet leaking, toilet busted, new toilet repair, right? Leaky pipes, new pipes, lead pipes, extract pipes, right? Furnace busted, new furnace, repair the furnace, right? Everything is plumber. All of these things link to each other, okay? And up, and of course back down. Like this section here, if you're a multi-service company doing things, all of these things only link to each other, okay? And then when you're doing your windows, the same thing applies. This is your windows, and all that stuff links to each other, okay? And then when you start throwing in extra locations, it really gets a little bit complicated, but it's not that hard, okay? It's just structuring, and structuring the website is so important. I cannot stress this enough to you. And where I truly realized that why structuring is so important is when I started running across guys and ladies that were running these massive AdSense sites. And they are launching, it almost seemed like trillions of pages. I know that's not true, but thousands and thousands and thousands of pages, getting hundreds of thousands of visitors. And one of the main things that they focused on was looking at the website, building out the silo, and knowing that each of those silos, this was exact terminology from talking to one of these gentlemen, like, hey, this I treat this like it's its own website. I treat this like it's its own website. And then too, when you have a top level category, you have to know, if I build links to a top level category page, power always falls down. That's why when you build links to the homepage, your entire site gets a lift. Power trickles down, okay? So look at it like that. Each of these silos are like their own little website, okay? And then, and note this too. If I'm doing all this stuff, and this is all about toilets and leaky pipes and furnace busts, but each of these have a geo modifier, say it's Houston. Do not link the toilet bust Houston page to the window repair Houston page, okay? Stick in the silos, all right? Can't stress that enough to you. All right, let's go on. I'll answer a couple more. Oh yeah. It's pretty cool, right? Yes. Okay. Moving on. Hey, Paul, great to meet you, my friend. Good to see you. Paul held the SEO Underground, and that was a great conference. I dropped a lot of bombs on him, and I was going to give the video away, but Paul said, don't even think about it, sucker. No, I'm just busting your chops. No, it was a great event. I enjoyed it. But let's take a look at this Wyatt's. I hope I can come back next year, too. That'll be cool. But let's move on to this next question. Wyatt Lambert, even if it has to be virtual, Paul, I would really enjoy that. I enjoyed doing that. And I think you're going to keep growing. So, best wishes. Wyatt says, I should have clarified a bit. More sorry. Okay. Don't be sorry. I kind of meant like, what aspect of SEO, as in the technical SEO, link building, on page, and keyword research? Well, you're hitting the marks there. But the deal is they all work together. But if I had to gauge them or give them a percentage or a ranking or a pecking order, you said keyword technical, keyword research, link building, and on-page SEO, right? Well, if I had to take them in actual logical order from importance to least important, the first I would say is technical, okay? Your technical SEO, or the foundation of everything you're doing, has to be spot on. The next piece is probably going to be the keyword research, okay? So you got to set up your foundation, all right? Make sure the site's running at least as fast or slightly faster than the leading competitors. I'm not talking about technical as in schema and, getting enhancements. No, I'm talking about the fundamentals, the actual technical SEO of a website, making sure it's fast, making sure it renders good, right? All that type of stuff. So that's first. Basically get a good server. And next step is keyword research. Nailing the keyword research and making sure that you're targeting, keyword research is key, my friend, right? Number 3 is going to be on page. Because here's why. If you take a crappy page, okay, of spun content, you can rank that. But if you but it's optimized. But if I take a page that's not optimized and I blast it with links, I have a lesser probability of ranking that than a properly optimized crap page. And that's a fact. So I would have to say that number 4 would be link building. All right. So if you had to ask me everything that that you asked, what would be the order of importance? Technical would be first, then your keyword research, on page, and then your link building, right? Like if it was a money thing, I'd go and get my server right first. I'd spend a lot of time doing keyword research so I know that what I was laying out my pages for would be the most profitable, is I want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of output. And so do you, right? Of course. So the next piece is going to be on page. And the only reason I want to get the on page right is so I could save money on the links, right? Because anybody could get to the finish line and rank number 1 with a bag full of coin, right? Anybody could do that. That's what these enterprise guys do. They're out there just throwing money at stuff and they win, right? So I think, man, if you really take your time, really get a good server, do your keyword research as well as you possibly can, focus heavily on your on page, getting everything right, you'll save a lot of dough on the link building. All right. And then maybe once you get your authority up, then maybe one day, maybe you'll just be auto ranking your pages. Then you can really start cutting this one out. All right. So hopefully that helps you out, brother. Paul, again, I appreciate your time and thank you for inviting me to SEO Underground. I hope to see you next year. Susie, hey, Susie, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Hey, Chris, local clinic, 3 maps pack question. Okay, deal. Is it possible? Is it possible to rank outside my local area in a suburb without building another GMP listing in the area I want to rank? If yes, how? There's a couple factors here, okay? So let's take a look at something. I'll show you something. All right, so let's say I have a couple accounts. Let's see. I think this is the one for the test group. Let me just double check here. Well, I guess I don't even need to show you because I'm sure you've seen these before. What I want to get at is depending on a few things. The very first thing is, what is the category that you're trying to rank in, right? Is it hyper competitive? Are there a lot of people coming in and out? Okay. Also, too, are you close to the area that you want to rank or where you want to be? Okay. Like, are you actually generating real clicks and traffic from actual humans, or are you on the outskirts and you're barely getting any clicks? All right. Then the very last thing is, in the vicinity that you want to rank, how many businesses are there? right? If I'm going out a 3-mile radius, or let's just say, to be more realistic, maybe a 5-mile radius, but there's 8 other businesses or 20 other businesses, the probability of me ranking, like as I get to 10 miles and there's 30 businesses in a 10-mile radius or a 20-mile radius around the business, the probability of me ranking as I get farther significantly decreases. So is it possible? Definitely. But if there's a bunch of players and they're closer to the person that's searching, they're going to get the score. The only way to beat them is if your profile is a lot older, right? And you're generating a lot of clicks and traffic from those specific areas. Are there people sitting on their phones, right? The little map that shows up on Google Business Profile where your location is? Are you getting a lot of clicks and traffic searching for your brand or clicking on your brand from those areas? And one of the fastest, easiest ways to manipulate this, or not manipulate, to help improve this particular metric, and the metric that I'm talking about is this. I'll just show you on mine because it's easiest. But the map that I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure you probably know, but maybe somebody's watching this that they're like, oh man, what's he talking about? So this little map that pops up here? Now mine's, see, I get them from all over, so it's going to be weird. So it's going to, because I get them from all over the place. Not so much on this profile anymore. But what I'm getting at here is when you're looking at your map in the areas that you want to actually rank, if you can get clicks and traffic from those specific areas, searching for your brand and clicking on your brand, that's how you expand proximity. So there's 2 ways that you can manipulate it. One of them is setting up driving directions from phones in those areas, right? So they're doing driving directions from their location, right? 10 miles away to your business. That's very, very helpful. Or another easier, more white hat way of doing things is you go into your Google AdSense account and you purchase a PPC campaign for pay per click, and you do the max bid optimize for clicks, and then you do quotation marks for your primary keywords, around your primary keywords, secondary keywords, and your competitors' brand names, and then you set up the location targeting that's only in the radius that you want to rank. Now, when people are searching for your primary keywords and your competitors' keywords, you're able to generate clicks from those particular areas. And what you'll tend to notice is you're able to get a ranking increase as the traffic and the clicks rise up. So if you want to expand white hat, that's the best way. If you want to do it a little bit cheaper than, say, Google, another option is do the same type of targeting, but you can also utilize Facebook. But the difference between being number 5 and being number in the map pack is clicks and traffic. Like, period. Like all the other stuff helps very minutely, meaning your press releases, your unstructured citations, your citations, doing all that stuff helps, but not like driving clicks and actual traffic from the locations that I want to rank in. If I want to start ranking for John's Plumbing in Delaware, I need people searching for plumbing or John's Plumbing from Delaware. Then you'll get the boost. So those are the easiest ways without getting in trouble, right? And don't send too much. Don't send too much too fast. Those are the best ways, and I hope that helps you out. Without doing anything black hat, that's the easiest, fastest way. But you still have to be optimized. You still have to have all the other pieces though, Susie. Okay? Meaning it still needs to be optimized. Are your products in there? Is your profile only optimized around one category? Do you only have one primary category, the one you want to win? Are your services optimized? You're not using too many custom services, are you? You're only optimized around your primary category. The products are linked to the internal pages. Are you listing your products with the primary keywords in them, right? I'm sure you've seen my videos. I've seen your profile a few times. I hope that helps you. All right. Singlin says, what does your mastermind include? I want to join. So there's a testing mastermind where we do testing, but you also get access to some of the past courses. The group coaching or group consulting It's a more advanced Q&A session. The members dictate what we're going to talk about for that specific time frame. And when there's time left over, whatever the mini training of the month is, I teach it live. So these are going to be trainings that I generally offer for $97 to $297 a piece, right? It's just included. And then as far as affiliate is concerned, the last time I tried to do a launch, I had like 3 people interested. It just wasn't worth, stripping time away from current members to add a group in the middle, because I do a 6-hour slot, right? I have 6 hours. So I wasn't going to rip time away for 3 people. So if I could get 10 people together that are interested in doing affiliate from start to finish, step by step, I'll do it. But I think 10 is a reasonable goal. I'm not, you know what I mean? So I think doing it and teaching it live and like literally, hey, let's start a campaign together. That has to be more valuable than a step-by-step video course that costs $1,500. I would think, but I'm wrong all the time though. But yeah, I didn't get much interest. I was surprised. Maybe I'll try again soon coming up. It sounds like you might want to join, so that'll be cool. Next is M. I guess another thing for full service companies could be registering a separate DBA and working a second company under the same LLC and just do separate sites for every subcategory. And that sounds like a very common practice. And it's very, very typical for businesses to have satellite company locations, right? Or call center locations. I think the white hat and the right thing to do is to get a DBA. But, you can set up locations without DBAs, but I 100% recommend that you get a DBA if you're going to set up a location. But that doesn't mean you have to, right? But moving into the next one, M says, could you give more examples on website structuring? Oh, yes. Yes, I can. Not a problem. I'll give you, sure, of course I can. Paul says, would love that, man. So would I. I can't wait to do it. I'll look forward to my invite next year. So the next thing is Wyatt. Thank you for the expert advice. Helps a lot. My pleasure, Wyatt. Glad to help. That's why I'm here. Abdul says, hey, Chris, what do you do when you do a 301 redirect for link building? Once you start seeing sudden loss of rank, is it a good idea to remove the 301 ASAP? No. When you introduce a ranking factor, okay, there's going to be transitional rank. So transitional rank could mean up or down. But generally, if you did a 301 redirect and the site went down, that's a good sign. And the only reason I say it was a good sign is because you said it was sudden. So you've introduced a factor. Google's like, wait a minute, do we like these links? Yes or no? If it's a yes, well, expect in the next 30 to 40 days, you're going to shoot up to the moon. Maybe not too crazy. You might only gain a spot or two, but you will come back, or you're going to come back stronger. Now, in 30 days from now, okay, you're not anywhere to be found, get rid of it. But if you just hurry up and get rid of it, it's going to cause a dance. So no matter what, since you did that, you have to wait. So you can either yank it right now and never do it again and see a dance for the next 30 days, or just let it sit, hang tight, and I haven't seen it, but it sounds like, I bet you come back either exactly where you were or slightly stronger. But I would recommend this. If you come back in 30 days and your site has not gained multiple positions across multiple keywords, I might consider getting rid of that 301 eventually. And I do hope and I pray for you that you did not send it to your homepage. If you're going to be doing 301s, never, ever, ever jeopardize the king or the queen, right? Like the main page, don't jeopardize it. Well, it's king, because in chess, if you lose the king, you lose the game, right? Don't jeopardize the king. So never, if you're doing anything risky, unless you know 1,000,000,000,000,000%, which you're not Google, so you can't know, always send it to an internal page. Build it to an internal page. Build it to an internal buffer page or a top-level category page, all right? You'll have a lot better success, and you can build in a lot more, okay? But I would venture to guess if you 301'd it, you did preset it up and see how many links indexed, what category those links were indexed, and when you launched your new page, how fast did that index? I hope you did. You should be testing those out. And I'm sure you did, but I just want to make sure. All right, let's see what else we have here. Salaga says, hey, Chris, what included Mastermind? I want to join Learn Affiliate. Well, we talked about that. Hey, Chris. Wait, you said it multiple times, dude? I went through that, bro. So I appreciate the comment, but I went through that one already. Gotcha, fantastic, gratitude, my pleasure, Susie. He asked me this question again. My friend, I would love for you to join. You know what I mean? I would love for you to join the affiliate. I just didn't have enough. There wasn't enough interest at the time. But I would love to do it, man. I truly would. Wyatt says, what are your thoughts on Uber Suggest as an SEO tool? Well, I have a massive respect for Neil, right? But other than that, it's not my tool of choice. But with that being said, we'll go on to the next piece. I researched it a bit, and it seemed pretty good. You think it is worth it compared to others? I do not know what the cost of Uber Suggest is. Let's take a look here. Uber Suggest cost. Oh, I think it said, what, 30 bucks? So it's $30 a month. So wait, they have a lifetime? So they want it grand for life for enterprise. Or it's $300 one time. $300 one time. Uber Suggest is $300 one time. So that's probably why you're asking, right? Do I think that $300... I think that's really up to you, my friend. I don't want to... Do I think that Uber Suggest is worth $300 for life? Yeah, I do. I can't see going wrong spending $3 and having that tool for life. You have, like, I think I pay $98 for SEMrush. But you know, there are group buys out there, right? So if you're considering getting a tool or something along those lines, I'm not recommending, I'm just suggesting that there are group buys. Most notably, I really like this one. Okay, so check this out if you'd like. It's up to you. But that's probably the creme de la creme when it comes to group buys. All right, like that's the go-to one right there. So, and you could get SEMrush, you can get Ahrefs, SERPstat, you can get Spamzilla, you can get, I think you get 25 tools for $20 per month. So you get 25 primo tools for 20 or 25 bucks a month. It's a no-brainer, you know? So hopefully that helps you out. I wish 7 people would join the affiliate SEO. I want to learn from you, all your videos. Watch me every day. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos and comment. And Nikhil says, hello. Hey to you, my friend. Good to see you. Abdul says, no. I basically made... I like that. No. I basically made a temp page on the domain saying we bought this page. Then after a month, we 301 to a similar page on our money site saying it's redirected. Then did the 301 to a sub page. Okay. So just briefly, because I think I made an entire video. I don't think there's anything wrong with making a sub page and saying, hey, we're doing this. But before you do that, all right, let's just say, for instance, you buy a website, okay? So if you go out there and you buy a website, all right, let's say that this right here is the website. So if you buy a website, whoops, that should go to it. So you buy the website. Once you buy that website, my suggestion is put that website up, all right, on a domain. It could even be on the same exact IP that your current website is on. Put that up on its own. And what you want to do is you want to take that domain and re-index all of the backlinks. All right. So you'll open up SEMrush, download the backlinks profile, go over to Omega or SynBite, submit the backlinks profile, and resubmit all those backlinks. Then what you're going to do is make sure that this website, whatever pages there are on this website, so say that you look at the backlink profile and the home page, okay, maybe one internal page and maybe one more internal page has the bulk of the referring domains in the backlinks. Say this right here has 5,000, this has 4,000, and this one right here has 2.3. These are backlinks and referring domains. There's 3 high quality pages with a lot of links. So I buy this website. I set up the pages how they were previously. Not all the content, but how the URLs were previously. Once you do that, you have these pages up. You download the backlinks. Okay, so you download the backlinks and then you run them through a re-indexer. So you can choose Omega. There's tons of them. Index Now. There's SynBite. There's countless tools. Okay, so you send the backlinks through a re-indexer. Once that is done, and you notice that at least 60% of the previous backlinks, right? If you've bought an expired, okay, if 60% of those links come back, the very next thing that we want to do, there might be slightly less, there might be slightly more, but more than half need to be there though, all right? Once that's done, the very next step that I always do is I launch a new page that's in the exact same niche as these over here, okay? And why are we doing this? So we launch a page, this is a page, that's in the same exact topic or category, all right, that the site was in previously. And what we want to know is, does that page instantly index and does that page instantly show up in the category, or does it not show up at all? If you get all these links, usually when you launch a page, it should auto-index without any problem, meaning it'll show up in the search results, all right? I know the site's going to be indexed no matter what, but actually in the search results, does it pop up in your category? If that page doesn't pop up, I would not recommend using that site as a 301, all right? So that's the process that we use, and I bought literally hundreds of domains. That is what we do every single time, like clockwork. So, best wishes to you. Hey, Chris, if I generate 10,000 pages, man, my mouth is dry. If I generate 10,000 pages in a silo with the same page, one per location, would you put them on the money site or have separate website? All right, let me read that again. If I generate 10,000 pages in a silo with the same page, one per location, would you put them on the money site or have a separate website? Well, if the site that's already there is performing well, I don't think that I would go out and start cranking out all those pages. I think depending on like what's the topic of that content, right? Like, and then you just have an influx, like that could potentially harm the site if you do it too fast or it's not on topic or intent. Like if the intent's not right of the new content and you launch the pages too fast, or like it's all transactional content and your website's informational based, it wouldn't be the best idea. So without seeing it to give a recommendation, I would say put it on a different website. But there's some other factors there. I have to see it, but from what I'm hearing here, without knowing, hey, what's the main topic of the website? Is it info or transactional or commercial content? The next thing is hey, is that site really performing well? Like there's a lot of questions there. Next is going to be Furman UK. Hey, he's a member. Thank you for being a member. Testing is hard. A lot of patience is required. Huh. Dude, that's right. It's a lot of work, but it's like the only way to get a real answer. Because I'll read stuff. I've even bought in, like, I like to buy PDFs, like walkthrough PDFs. Dude, like, I've even bought stuff that I went and found out that didn't work right. So, you know how it goes. The next thing is this. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Where'd that question go? Oh, thanks. Oh, I wasn't even aware group buys were a thing. Oh, yeah. For some people. I mean, I don't do group buys. Actually, I haven't been lately. I've been just using my SEMrush and Majestic. I've been paying for it. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I have a client that pays for SEMrush, and then I have a client that pays for Majestic because they want it for their campaigns. So I'm blessed enough to be able to use their stuff. But Jose East Salazar says, do you use Spamzilla for expired domains or just scrape them using Scrapebox Yellow Page Scraper? I have the expired domain scraper add-on. And then on top of that, I use Spamzilla and I also use Domcop. I've been bouncing back and forth to Domcop and Spamzilla. Spamzilla did some updates and they were doing really well, so I started playing around with Spamzilla, but I think I'm going to go back to Domcop. Domcop does very well for expireds. But I do use Scrapebox as well. So, all the above, Jose. Wyatt says, what strategies would you suggest for link building? I've heard link bait pages are very effective, but I wanted to hear your expert input. So I think roundups do very well. But no matter what, you're going to have to do, like, I would do all the outreach first. Like, have your idea of what you want to do. Maybe you want to do a roundup on the best chiropractors, right? Like, I don't know what niche you're in or what you're trying to do, but what I would do is try to do some outreach first. See how many yeses you can get and see what ballpark the pricing is going to be in before you dedicate the time to create any type of content. So, I think, like, if you're going to do content for them or whatever you're going to do, I would seriously suggest reaching out and get some pricing down pat and get your yeses first. But it's completely up to you, my friend. But yeah, any type of content. But here I'll say this. So I did a scrape not too long ago. Let's just say it was for a lawyer. All right. It actually was for a lawyer. It was for a real estate lawyer. So when we were doing outreach, I sent over 8,000 different emails to warm leads, we'll say. Wait, I dropped my can and dip. Sorry. Where did it go? Are you flipping kidding me? Just my luck, right? So, out of those, I think we did, dude, I think we got like 18 that were actually within range. Like, actually met not only the, I don't want to say DR, but the authority metric that we were looking for. And it was also in the link graph. And on top of that, they were willing to do an insert for a price that was less than $60. So not only did they have to be in the right link graph, not only did we want it to be on topic, but not only did we want a link insert, but they had to meet a certain price point. So, man, I would get those yeses first. I think the best thing to go out there and pitch is probably going to be inserts, but I could be in different niches than you. I think it's best to go out, figure out on sites that you want to be featured in or get a link from, basically. Find exactly the page and exactly what makes sense with content that's already on your site. Like, do all the work for them up front and then reach out and say, hey, I read your article. You know, I noticed that here in paragraph number 2, right here on this word, this would be great for my infographic, or this would be great for blah, 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 blah. Make sure you do all the work for them. Get the yeses first. Don't overcharge. Don't do any work first without getting the yes. Just my humble opinion, my friend. Just save yourself a lot of time and money. And best wishes to you. Abdul says, thank you, Chris. For now, like mentioned, I will wait, as you mentioned earlier, to wait a month and see for movement. It was shopping website redirected to a price comparison website. Yep. Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty much on point. Relatively kind of spammy niche, right? Kind of. Yeah, always test those babies out first, my friend. Test them out. Make sure everything indexes. Everything indexes, right? But make sure it shows up in the search results. Doesn't make it past that first filter, right? Google sees it all. But whether they include it in their search results, that's a whole nother story, right? Susie says, so we have 19 watching and only 5 likes. Let's show some love. Yes. Thank you, Susie. And everyone that left a thumb. Appreciate that. Katie Larking, what are the best free keyword tools? Putting me on the spot. I think the best one that I was always using, I mean, lately I've been, again, like I got asked this on Craig's show. I've been spoiled lately using SEMrush and Ahrefs. But what I used to use was Wordsy. Now, I don't know if it's still free, but it was. And I really like this tool. It is. It looks identical. Like the page hasn't even changed. So this is a cool tool, and it's free. So I think you'll really like this tool, Wordsy. Like this is what I used to use. Now, the other one that I used to really like, it was made by, it's like, I know it's a competitor, but they had a cool tool. It was, at the time, it was really good. It was WordStream, which is like a SEO company, kind of, digital marketing. WordStream, free keyword research tool. All right. Yep. So this one, it's been a while since I was on here, but this one works pretty cool. No, this changed. This changed. There's no doubt about it. This has changed. But maybe it still works the same. I don't know. Another one that you could do keyword research with, but it's not going to be that on point. Of course, I'm sure you already know AdSense, like the keyword research tool, works pretty good. Also too, if you want to just use that data, there's a lot of really cool Chrome extensions that you can utilize to help you do keyword research. Another one too, if you want to spend a low amount of money, is Keywords Everywhere. Like if you're just looking for some help with keyword volumes and CPC numbers, but Wordsy is probably my first vote for a free full-fledged tool. I hope that helped you out. Hey Chris, good to see you. Great to see you, Katie. And Wyatt says, I always hear you talk about pricing with links. From all the videos I've watched online, they've never really mentioned pricing of links. I heard you would attract links from giving them value. I cannot say, like personally, I think I've been able to receive 3 links without having to pay somebody. But that's just on my own site. Anything else that I have done for clients, for any of the coupon sites, like I'm just trying to think to myself, like like maybe a couple you get without having to pay something, but the ones that actually are very helpful, the ones that are the high DR, if you like DR, or high TF, the ones that your competitors have in relatively high competition niches where the money's at, they always cost, man. They always cost. Always, always, always. I mean, you might catch a couple free, but the ones that really move the needle, I've always had to pay. Now, I've gotten lucky on my personal website just with a few, but man, yeah, I don't know. I always think it's interesting. You know, like I hate to mention this, but there's a website or a YouTube channel, and they primarily do affiliate, and they do things white hat. And when they'll show examples, I'll go and I'll look, and it's clear as day that they're doing haro links, and it's clear as day, you know, like some of them might be very higher quality, privately owned blog sites, we'll say. So I think no matter what, whether you have your own sites or whether you're helping a reporter out, there's always cost. You're going to pay for those links. But I hope that helps you. Yeah, links are expensive and a pain in the butt. Excuse me one moment. I need to use the lavatory. If you can, because where I am, it's 1:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed so I can wake up tomorrow. But if you have any questions, put them in. I'll be happy to answer them for you. I'm going to use the lavatory. I'll be right back. I'll answer any questions that are left, and then we'll call it a night. All right? Because we've been on an hour, so give me a moment, though. I have to use the lavatory. What's up, buddy? Easter boy. I know, Hayes. You ready for bed, buddy? I know. We're almost done here, buddy. Yes, thank you. Yes, agreed. Costs for links. Oh, yeah. Always, 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 always. Like, even, like, you know, like, who's considered ultra white hat? Like, let's take a look for fun. Like, who's ultra white hat? Well, I bet you this website, though, it probably has, like, Joy is definitely white hat, but this website probably gets lots of links. I don't think she's probably going out there and seeking them out. I'm trying to think. When I thought white hat, I was like, Joy's white hat. Who else do I know that does white hat? I don't know many people that do white hat. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I can't even think. Any questions? Audio is missing? Check. I mean, I have like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago by now, I went and purchased, I was very concerned about my audio. I was concerned about the audio, the presentation. I wanted everything to be nice. I'm actually, speaking of audio, I'm contemplating. Thank you, Chris. Very helpful. Blessings. It's 2:30. Bedtime for me. Good night. Yep. Good night, Susie. It's been a pleasure. White hat, maybe Project 24. I can listen. Awesome. Yeah, I was hoping it was working good. Project 24. There you go. So, and that's the gentleman that I was talking about. On a few occasions, they showcased some of their projects. And then also I had a buddy of mine, a good friend actually. We kind of went through their training. He purchased it. I breezed through it, but I was like, it's, how to build an internal content mill, basically, right? With some extra stuff too, don't get me wrong. But I basically had all those fundamentals. So let's go take a look. Let's go see. I hate to promote them because I made a video a very long time ago about they were utilizing they had a lot of very unique techniques. But I made a video and they didn't like it. And that was my first strike I got on a video was from that group, Jose. So I usually don't ever mess with them dudes because they got mad at me. It wasn't even a bad video. I thought it was a good video. But yeah. Project 24. Do they have a website? Oh, I see. Well, let's take a look. So these gentlemen are white hat. Okay. So let's take a look. And let's see. Are they buying any links? Let's go see. I actually like this. I watch this dude's videos. I like his videos. I'm not going to lie to you. I like his videos a lot. But do they do link building? That is the question. Well, I don't know. Let's go see. $2,500 referring domains. 4,000 visitors. Site's been up since 2015. 2.5 thousand referrings. Primary keywords. So what were they trying to sell? So 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32. Seems a little odd. Let's take a little look. Real strong. Funny Cat TV / video. Let's just take a look at these. Let's see if these are PBNs. Now, Jose, now me and you, we know each other, right? We've been doing this a long time, right? Let me ask you, is this a PBN? It's definitely well maintained. I will state that. Let's take a look at another one. Authority score is relatively low. Let's start looking at some of the higher stuff. Let's go back to anchor text. It's generally, if you're going to spend money, you're going, private coaching. So would we want to rank that? Let's go out here and take a look at private coaching. Let's see how it's doing. Private coaching. I think Diggity's ranking for SEO coaching. Oh, he was number 6. Not bad. I think that's good. Let's see if he's on this one. Nope, no dice. All right, but I would assume that they're trying to win that one. I'm just curious because I know that this is quote unquote white hat. See, but wow, these are, man, this might actually not be, I don't think they paid for that one. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. Let's see here. Niche laboratory, no follow. Daniela IO. Tech Raider. Niche laboratory again. Scamoro. Niche laboratory. Home blog title generator. So this is probably a satellite website due to the amount. So this is probably, I don't know if they teach satellite website building, but this is probably a satellite. Like the probability of a website, unless you have, like it could be reciprocal linking, but I highly doubt it. It could be a satellite, but you got a link from the same website to everything that you're promoting. Very interesting. But I mean, I could probably pick them out, but I would venture to guess that no matter what, you're paying for links. White hat or not, in one way or another, you will be paying for links. Better shut this door. But this, to me, let's go see. This looks like a PBN to me. But I've been wrong before, but I don't think so. I just don't. It seems like there's not a lot of categories though. So sometimes not. But let's see if you have any other questions before I go to sleep. What extension do you use for getting ranking of a website in SERP? Oh, these numbers? It is called MST SERP counter. And then it gives you the numbers. I used to just use one that was called SERP counter, but that one didn't work anymore for me. So I started using that one there. It's called MST SERP counter. And it works great. It gets these little cool orange things. I always like to have that there so I don't have to count. It's very helpful to see the numbers. All right. Oh, speaking of, I wanted to check on something. SEO Expert Los Angeles. I've been testing out this thing called DeepL. And I want to see how this... I put up a very bad page. SEO Expert Los Angeles. Number 6. Not too bad. I had some other content on there. It was number 3. So, it's not that good. I've seen worse. I'm getting tired. All right, let's bang these out. Audio is fine. Thank you, sir. But don't believe in link building, I think. Yeah, they don't believe in link building. Sure, I bet. I think they had 2,500 referring domains. Somebody just gave those to them, Jose. You know, like they just said, "Oh man, here's 2,500." Out of the 2,500, it looked like at least 500 of them were a relatively high authority score that just so happened to contain a primary keyword. Gee, who'd have thought? But anyway, hello all. Hello to you, Freddie. Travel DM. Hey, Chris. If you had a bunch of Medium articles that you wanted to get indexed, what tool would you prefer to use to get it done the best? If I would use the indexing API first, I would create a page on my website and I would call the bot to that page. What you'll find is if you have 2 websites, this is where I learned that this works very, very well, is I had multiple websites that were mine, that were other blogs that I have, that I wanted, that I went and bought. They were expired. I wanted to get them into the search results. Okay, indexing and search results are two things, just so we're on the same page. But what I realized is when I checked the server logs on the other websites, when I ran the API call, these websites, when you check the server logs, Google comes into those pages. Because when Google comes to a website, its job is to crawl links and see where they go. That's what a crawler does. That's its entire purpose, is to crawl and index everything that it sees. Everything. Now, if it makes it to the search results, again, that's another story. But if I had to use a paid one, I would suggest, not recommend, either Omega Indexer. Okay, Omega Indexer. G Index. Doesn't look like it's up anymore. Or Synbite. All right, that's what I would use if I was going to use one. But I would use the API first. Why it says last question, it doesn't really add up for me. I always see people on Upwork advertising link building, overall SEO for $5 an hour. How would they really even make profit if they all had to pay? Yeah. Yep. I'm sure. I don't know. I would be interested to see what they were offering for the $5 price point per hour, and how many hours did it take to create a backlink. I do know there are some relatively very fair people that are willing to do HARO for a hourly rate, not that low. But yeah, that's very, very interesting. If you find, in all honesty, Wyatt, if you find somebody that's willing to do relatively high quality link building for $5 an hour, that would be an amazing thing. I personally have never seen it. In the last 12 years, I've never seen it. But I have seen plenty of people out there that are, might have Web 2.0s, and they'll do those for a relatively low cost. EDUs for a relatively low cost. Social and bookmark link building at a relatively low cost. Or they own a PBN, like, say, something like this. Like, at $5 an hour, or $5 per link, maybe they would have something that looks like this. DustJacketReview.com. Okay? Like, this is a PBN, right? So they might have something that looks like this, and they might give you a post on here for $5, right? And say, okay, I got you a, DEA 20 or 25 for $5. Here you go. And it looks like a blog. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen high quality link building for a very low cost. I just haven't. But I've been mistaken. And David, thank you. So Wyatt, Travelin, Frederick, Susie, Jose, Katie and Sanji, Abdul, Katie, I think I said Katie, the Ferna UK, Giorgio, Abdul, Nikki, Susie again, Paul, Wyatt, M, Seth, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Many blessings. I'll see you in the next one. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the questions. If you have more, let me know below. I might have to trim this last part out, just because I don't want anything to seem like it's negative. I don't mean anything negative. That's not ever my goal. It's just, I was just trying to make the point on, hey, like, everybody's buying links. Like, it's very, 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 very common. So, yep. So thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you all so much. Many blessings and good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.